Hello, boys and girls. I am here with Mrs. Lubitz and me, Abby. Today we are going to be reading Magic Tree House number 2, The Night at Dawn, by Mary Pope Osborne and illustrated by Sal Murdocha. So this book, if we go over, you can see it also has 10 chapters. And today we are just going to read 1, The Dark Woods, and 2, Leaving Again. Chapter 1, The Dark Woods. Jack couldn't sleep. He put his glasses on. He looked at the clock. It was 5:30. Too early to get up. Yesterday so many strange things had happened. Now he was trying to figure them out. He turned on the light. He picked up his notebook. He looked at the list he'd made before going to bed. Found treehouse and woods. Found lots of books in it. Pointed to Pteranodon. Picture in book made a wish. Went to time of dinosaurs. Pointed to a picture of Frog Creek. Woods made a wish. Came home to Frog Creek. Jack pushed his glasses into place. Who was going to believe any of this? His mom wouldn't believe it. Neither would his dad or his third-grade teacher, Miss Watkins. Only his 7-year-old sister Annie understood. She'd gone with him to the time of the dinosaurs. Can you sleep? Annie was standing in his doorway. Nope, said Jack. Me neither, said Annie. What are you doing? She walked over to Jack and looked at his notebook. She read the list. Aren't you going to write about the gold medal? She asked. You mean the gold medallion? Said Jack. He picked up his pencil and wrote. Found this in dinosaur time. Aren't you going to put the letter M on the medal? Said Annie. Medallion, said Jack, not medal. He added an M. Aren't you going to write about the magic person? Said Annie. We don't know for sure if there is a magic person, said Jack. Well, someone built the treehouse in the woods, and someone put the books in it. Someone lost a gold medal in dinosaur time, said Annie. Medallion, said Jack for the 3rd time, and I'm just writing the facts, the stuff we know for sure. Let's go back to the treehouse right now, she said, Annie, and find out if the magic person is a fact. Are you nuts? Said Jack. The sun's not even up yet. Come on, said Annie. Maybe we can catch them sleeping. I don't think we should go there, said Jack. He was worried. What if the magic person was mean? What if he or she didn't want kids to know about the treehouse? Well, I'm going, said Annie. Jack looked out the window at the dark gray sky. It was almost dawn. He sighed. Okay, go get dressed. I'll meet you at the back door. Be quiet. Yay! Whispered Annie. She tiptoed away as quietly as a mouse. Jack put on jeans, a warm sweatshirt, and sneakers. He tossed his notebook and pencil in his backpack, and he crept downstairs. Annie was waiting by the back door. She shined a flashlight in Jack's face. Ta-da! A magic wand, she said. Shh! Don't wake up Mom and Dad, whispered Jack. And turn that flashlight off. We don't want anyone to see us. Annie nodded and turned the flashlight off. Then she clipped it onto her belt. Jack and Annie slipped out the door into the cool, early morning air. Crickets were chirping. The dog next door barked. Quiet, Henry, whispered Annie. Henry stopped barking. Animals always seemed to do what Annie said. Let's run, said Jack. Jack and Annie dashed across the dark, wet lawn and didn't stop until they reached the Frog Creek woods. We need the flashlight now, said Jack. Annie took it off her belt and switched it on. Step by step, she and Jack walked between the trees. Jack held his breath. The dark woods were a little scary. Gotcha, said Annie, shining the flashlight in Jack's face. Jack jumped back. Then he frowned. Cut it out, he said. I scared you, said Annie. Jack glared at her. Stop pretending, he whispered. This is serious. Okay. Annie shined her flashlight to the top of the trees. Now what are you doing? Said Jack. Looking for the treehouse. The light stopped moving. The mysterious treehouse sat high in the branches of the tallest tree in the woods. Annie shined her light down along the rope ladder. I'm going up, she said, still holding the flashlight. She began to climb. Wait, Jack called. What if someone was in the treehouse? Annie, come back! But Annie was gone. The light had disappeared. Jack was alone in the dark. Chapter 2. Leaving Again.
Annie, Jack shouted. No one's here, she shouted back. Jack thought about going home. Then he thought about all the books in the treehouse. He started up the ladder. When he was almost at the top, he saw the light in the distant sky. Dawn was starting to break. Jack crawled through a hole in the treehouse floor and took off his backpack. Annie shined her flashlight on the books scattered about the floor. They're still here, she said. Annie shined a light on a dinosaur book. It was the book that had taken them to the time of the dinosaurs. Remember the Tyrannosaurus Rex? Asked Annie. Jack shuddered. Of course he remembered. How could anyone forget seeing a real live Tyrannosaurus Rex? The light fell on the book about Pennsylvania. A red silk bookmark stuck out of it. Remember the picture of Frog Creek? Said Annie. Of course, said Jack. That was the first picture that had brought them home. That's my favorite, said Annie. The light was shining on the book about knights and castles. There was a blue leather bookmark in it. Annie turned to the page with the bookmark. There was a picture of a knight on a black horse. He was riding toward a castle. Annie, close that book, said Jack. I know what you're thinking. Annie pointed at the cover. Don't, Annie, said Jack. We wish we could go there, Annie said. No, we don't, shouted Jack. The wind began to moan. The leaves began to tremble. It was happening again. We're leaving, cried Annie. Get down. The wind moaned louder. The leaves shook harder.
Jack squeezed his eyes shut. The treehouse started to spin. It spun faster and faster. Then everything was still. Absolutely still. Jack opened his eyes. He shivered. The air was damp and cold. The sound of a horse's whinny came from below. Nay! I think we're here, whispered Annie. She was still holding the castle book. Jack peeked out the window. A huge castle loomed out of the fog. Jack looked around. The treehouse was in a different oak tree. Look, said Annie. Down below, a knight on a black horse was riding by. Oh man, said Jack. That's incredible. But we can't stay here. We have to go home and make a plan first. He picked up the book about Pennsylvania. He opened it to the page with the red silk bookmark. He pointed to the photograph of Frog Creek Woods. I wish... No, said Annie. She yanked the book away from him. Let's say. I want to visit the castle. You're nuts. We need to examine the situation, said Jack from home. Let's examine it here, said Annie.
Come on, Annie. Jack held out his hand. Give it. Annie gave Jack the book. Okay, you can go home. I'm staying, she said. She clipped a flashlight to her belt. Wait, said Jack. I'm going to take a peek. A teeny peek, she said, and she scooted down the ladder. Jack groaned. Okay, Annie won. He couldn't leave without her. Besides, he sort of wanted to take a peek himself. Jack put down the book about Pennsylvania. He dropped the castle book into his backpack. He stepped onto the ladder and headed into the cool, misty air.
Okay, boys and girls, we are going to stop there and come back to read chapters 3 and 4 with us. Bye.